Hi everyone, uh, this is Deepika and I am making this video to address some of the queries I have received. We are on day 7 uh, in a government compulsory quarantine as we traveled from India on 17th of May and reached on 18th of May. I also prepared a video showing the explaining the process. How did we get the call from immigration, what happens at the Indian airport, then what happens inside that, then what happens at Hong Kong airport. I will leave the link in the description box. Basically this video I am making because a lot of parents are traveling with kids, and the next flight hopefully is from Mumbai or from anywhere else. So I just thought to share some of the things I did with my twins. So I traveled, just a brief background, I traveled with 3.5 years old twins, and auntie, their nanny, and you can probably hear them screaming, and myself. So I had to ensure that they are all safe and secure. So first thing was, I'm getting a lot of queries on what you carried with yourself, and the main big query I'm getting is the PPE kit. So I made sure that we are all covered from head to toe, and that's why I bought the PPE kit. I got lucky, I found it. I still couldn't, at that time I couldn't even get the N95 mask. I wanted it, so someone in the flight actually, who became a good friend, he helped me by passing some of the mask. But for the PPE kit, I got it in Delhi, and people are asking me how I got the kid size. So there is no kid size for PPE kit. So we got the 2 small and 2 large size. Actually, we got total 5. I'm carrying one with me. So we had 3 small size and 2 large. I used the large one because I'm pretty tall. I'm 5'9". Auntie used the small size, and for the 2 other small size, we actually measured Navya and Isa height, and we cut it and sew it. So auntie is very good at it, so she did it. I helped her measure Navena's arms and the height, and that's it. That's all we did. We did not alter any other thing, just the gown basically. So what we did was, we cut it from the bottom because my girls are 3.5, as I said, and the kit was for adults. So we had to cut it from the bottom, and the sleeves we just, altered it from here. Very like rough sewing we did. So that's how we did the PPE kit for kids. So if you want to, if you want your kids to wear PPE kit, get the small size, which is actually for adults. You don't get PPE. I'm not aware if you get PPE for kids. So get the small size and alter it. It's pretty easy. Just rough alteration. So you don't need to cut it from here because there is a rubber band. It's covered. So even if you don't cut from here, it's fine. You can cut from here, and you can cut from here, and then just sew it roughly. Okay, then it works. We sew it with the hands. If you have the machine, you can do that also, and it's pretty quick. It takes like 1.5 hours. It took 1.5 hours for 2 kids, size, measure, cut, everything. So if you have one kid, it's pretty easy. You can, if your kid is already very tall, then you can just fold it and instead of cutting. So that's how we did it. We use the same cap which we get in the PPE kit because it covers you from the back also, and then you can tie it like a scarf, so that helps. Then in the PPE kit you get the blue gloves also. So I think the blue gloves, we used it. So again, the gloves are also not for kid size. I'm not sure if you can get it. I did not get it, so I used those gloves, and they were like hanging like this, but it's fine. It do the work. Wear the gloves. Train the kids to not touch their face, okay, and touch anything. So and I even bought the glasses, but then I had this face shield also. So I thought glasses and then mask and then face shield will be too much for them, and they might not be able to breathe. So that's why we had PPE kit. We did not use the shoe cover. It was not required for me, from my perspective. We cut the coat short, and make it their size. Then we had the mask, then we had the gloves, we had the cover, the hat for the hair, and we had the face shield. I was constantly reminding my kids to not touch anything. So because we were 2 adults and 2 kids, so initially I was holding one kid's Nisa hand, and auntie was holding Navya hand, and we were pushing one trolley each. Then while putting the luggage in my other video, I mentioned that you have to measure it 3 times before it finally goes to the plane. So at that time, me and auntie made sure that the girls are instructed, and auntie is looking at the kids, and I'm the one who's carrying the luggage and trying to get it measured. And we were always like, we had one person dedicated to one kid because they're same age. So that's about the PPE kit. Okay, so I'm gonna just stop this video here because I know not everyone wants to know everything. So for the PPE kit, buy it small size, alter it if you really want your child to wear it. I would suggest let them wear it, and as soon as you reach here, you can just take it off. So I removed the PPE kit when we reached Govt Quarantine Center because my younger daughter vomited. So I think that's how you can do it, but it's up to you, it's up to the kids. So I think the second question which I was getting was how I convinced. So I think 2 to 3 days before we got the confirmation and we knew that we will be traveling, we were selected for this flight and we will be traveling. So I started reminding Nabha and Essa, and they were desperate to come back as well. They were missing their home. So I was constantly telling them that Nabha and Essa, look, we will be traveling. So these are the things you have to do. Okay, you have to wear the mask, you cannot touch it, you cannot remove it. You have to wear the shield, you cannot touch it, you cannot remove it. You have to wear the gloves. So I tried the gloves and they were like in favor of socks, but then I said, okay, then the flight guys will not take you. Sometimes you have to be like this, right? I warn them a little bit. So the gloves, and I said, you are not supposed to touch anything. And also another thing which I did was, because they are potty trained, I wanted to avoid using anything like toilets or anything. So that's why I put diapers. They were always on cloth diaper before, so but this time they had to wear a diaper. So I got the biggest size for them from India, and I asked them, okay, listen to. So it was hard. That part was hard for them to accept because they were like, we are not babies. But I convinced them. I said, we cannot use toilet because there will be virus, and if we touch the gate, if we touch the handle, if we touch the door, then it's not good, right? It's coronavirus and all that stuff. I explained it to them. They understood, they accepted it, and they said, okay, just for the flight we will wear the diaper. And I did not give them water in the flight. Yes, it might sound very bad because I wanted I gave them water once before it took off. So Nisa asked for it and I gave her that.
I want a pen.
Pen? Here's a pen. And then after that, no, nothing. And also for food, they ate before we entered the airport, India airport. Okay, so that is another thing. Now, when did I dress them up with the PPE kit? As soon as we went out of the car. So in the car, we were in 2 cars. One, my father as a driver and my helper and Navya, and then my friend, me, and Nisa with me. So we were 2 cars. So yeah, I dressed them up. So the hat, the gloves, the diaper, I put it in the car. As soon as they got out of the car, I put the cover. That's it. And that's how, and the face shield and the mask. Okay, they were wearing mask in the car as well, but it was already 1.5 hours, so we changed the mask again. So I'll leave this, I'll stop this video here so that people who are only looking for the PPE kit advice can just look at it, otherwise it's going to be too long. And I will come back with another video where I'll share some of the things I carried and which are very essential. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.